Good morning. Let's start doing the Namaskar with full devotion. Kundalini and collective Bandhan. Today, let's pray to the principle of our spirit, to our Guru. Let's put both hands on our laps, receiving vibration from Shri Mataji's photograph and recognizing the presence of Shri Mataji to our global morning meditation. Welcome to the Supreme Mother in the form of the Adi Guru. The primordial mother of the universe. And welcome to Sri Ganesha in all our chakras. Asking innocence because the innocence is the center. And humility to all the Sahaja yogis. Also peace between us in the collectives. And for the peace of the world. Let's say the mantra Shri Ganesha 4 times. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Ganesha Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Ganesha Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Ganesha Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Ganesha Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's say the mantra Shri Adiguru. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Adiguru Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sasha Parabrahma, Shri Mataji Nirmalama, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. The Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu. The Guru is the great Lord Shiva. The Guru is truly the Supreme Spirit. Immaculate Mother Sri Mataji, to you, our true Guru, we bow. Let's keep our attention at the Sahasrara. Let us, Sri Mataji, give us the principle of the Guru, increase our balances. Let's bow to our divine Guru. Going to the state of the Nirvishara, the thoughtless awareness state. Let's say the mantra Shri Nirvishara to receive the blessings of Shri Mataji being in the present. Say the mantra Shri Nirvishara. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Nirvishara Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. In this state of Nirvishara, let's have Sri Mataji's talk for today.
You about the void the dharma which one has to establish. In modern times, people have used their freedom to such an extent. They have moved so much to this extreme or to that extreme. They have left their central path and have accepted and identified themselves with such an extreme ideas about everything that it is rather difficult to convince people that they have lost their way. All extremes are wrong. Moderation is the way we really solve the problem. But human race is such that everybody starts running very fast, you see, and there's a competition setting. Who goes first to hell? It's not only in one direction. You can take up any direction. But all these directions are linear. They move straight forward and coil back and go down. Any movement of that kind. For example, take our, say, industrial development. We started our industrial development without understanding the world as a whole. That the whole world was created by God, not a part, one country. Without understanding the relationship with the whole, when we start moving industrially, we created industries, and to pamper them, we had to create other industries. Then also, to keep the hungry machines working out, we had to feed them with something. And thus, we created a horrible system of extracting things from the Mother Earth, using them. We have so many things. We do not have the thing, which is your spirit. We never thought that after all this matter is for what? All these things are for what? For comfort. That also, if not done in moderation, we are going to be ruined, completely ruined. We'll become like worms. The Mother Earth is available to you. That doesn't mean that you should be indiscriminate and use it for your comfort. She's there for your comfort, no doubt. She's the comforting element we have got, the greatest comforting element. But we do not know how to use her for our comfort. The way we use her is by taking out, extracting her. Now, if I say that, the other extreme would be, we'll have no possessions, nothing, we'll live, hang by the string, some shoestring somewhere. There are people who believe in such a thing also, who want to live on a shoestring and have all kinds of diseases, physical, mental, because they are living abnormally in such a way that they do not relate themselves to the Mother Earth at all. Either you abstract completely whatever she has, or take away all her flesh, blood, everything, and otherwise you have nothing to do. These are two extremes. And once you start doing like that, you find that you become slave to both ways. Because you start forming habits with the help of this matter. Habit formation is slavery, complete slavery. Even a habit formation like fasting. Now some people have to fast. Who has asked them to fast? I don't know. What is the need to fast for people who are already suffering from liver troubles and thin like sticks? It's all right, somebody has to fast because supposing he has too much weight, or say they want some rest to the stomach, is all right. But this fasting also can become such a habit, that the day you do not fast, you say, oh, you have done the greatest crime on the earth. Oh God, I did not fast on Thursday, I should have fasted. In India, we get so many mad people like that. They go crazy because they have not fasted. There are some who get crazy because they have not eaten their food. I mean, they are all right. But if they have not taken their lunch, for them, it's the greatest injury, the greatest injustice done to them that they have not been able to take their lunch. The matter starts enslaving you, and your mind becomes a slave of that matter. You do not know in what way this Mother Earth, which is there to give you the ultimate, she is the one who resides within you at the Muladhara Chakra to give you the innocence. She gives you the innocence. Instead of taking that essence of hers, the innocence, what you take is the matter which is dead. The living principle of Mother Earth is innocence, her magnetism, her gravity. Instead of that, what do you take out of her is this matter. Either you run away from it or you run towards it. Nothing in between. Now matter is there for you to use, no doubt. But to use so that you do not get dominated by it. Because you are the supreme thing God has created. You are the supreme most thing. All the elements are working in you. There's no animal in the world who has all these elements working in such a beautiful fashion that you develop your own will, your own freedom. It's such an intricate process which has worked out a human being, which we don't realize. Where you develop your own will, your own freedom. But again, with your own will, what do? Is to lose your freedom all the time. For example, take a person who indulges in luxuries. I mean, he's idiotic sometimes. I mean, he really becomes an idiot the way he goes on. I mean, you can see that he's an idiot and stupid fellow. The another one, he will say that this luxury indulgence fellow is very, very idiotic and stupid. You can see. So he says, all right, let me give it up. He goes to another extreme, to such an extreme, that he becomes a dry person, absolutely dry. The innocence is in the center. For example, the best use of the Mother Earth is to watch her working. Watch the nature. Watch every tree. What beautiful personality every tree has. Every leaf of the tree stands against the sky. I mean, it's such a poetry to feel her with your feet. How soft she is when she produces flowers for you. You have to learn so much from what she does. She creates a flower to emit fragrance, to give, to give, to give. She just gives. Her innocence doesn't bother as to what you are, whether you deserve it or not, whether you are a good person or a bad person, or what use you are going to put her resources. She just gives. She doesn't judge you. Nirvaj, it flows. The capital flows without any interest. It just goes on flowing and flowing. That's the word of Nirvaj is. It doesn't think to whom she's giving to, whether they deserve it or not, if they are sinners or they are this or that. But now it is for you to use your wisdom. And she has created this deity of wisdom within you. And you have to keep that deity awakened. He came incarnated on this earth as Jesus Christ. Look at him. Look at his life. How he lived. He was a carpenter's son. He lived like a carpenter's son. He didn't amass money. And what a dynamic life in 30 years of his age. What a dynamic life, out of which he spent only 4 years in the public. With all our indulgences and with all our comfort, with all our movements and aeroplanes and all this, how many there are who have created such a dynamic life? What dynamism have we been able to show? The dynamism of the Mother Earth. We must have this, we must have that, we must get this, we must enjoy this, all right? But what is the ultimate? I mean, how much we have been able to absorb it, and what have we giving others? What is our fruit of this tree that we are? The reason is we have lacked wisdom. He was wisdom. He is the one who emits wisdom, who balances our ego, superego, everything. You know where he stands, that deity. But the people who followed him, or who call themselves Christians, where is the wisdom gone? Wisdom is one thing lacking in all of them. What is the reason? Because we just thought that he was crucified because he was a poor man, or I don't know what we thought of him. I can't understand human beings. What is the lesson we have taken from his life? And the Christian nations have advanced so much materially. Can you imagine? They do not know that poverty is such a blissful thing sometimes. And then now a reaction has started. I'm sure reaction will also take you to another extreme. You'll miss the point. It's like a madman running to one end, and when he goes from there, he runs to another end. Have you ever seen a wild boar running? Have you ever seen a wild boar running? You see, it's very easy to get out of the way of a wild boar because he just runs straight forward till he meets some opposition. Straight forward. He wouldn't say this side, that side. If you can just keep away from the line from where he's moving, he will not hit you. Then again he comes back in the same way. Goes this way, comes back. That is our movement has been about ourselves. What have we done out of our life? Let's see. While we are capable, we are the seeds which are going to render the real fruits. We are capable, you know now that. And that is why, first of all, we have done the greatest harm to ourselves by ruining all our sustenance within ourselves. As I told you the other day in the lecture, that how we have to maintain our sustenance. I hope it was not too much for you to feel that I was trying to tell you, because also there's a group of people who think this is all conditioning. Actually, we are so confused in modern times about everything. Supposing a plane has to take off, all its parts are to be in a proper proportion, are to be tied together to the main body. Otherwise, everything will go helter-skelter, isn't it? Now, if you have to jump into your unconscious, all your parts of the being should be attached to the gravity of the body, to your sustenance. Otherwise, you will go helter-skelter. Will you say that putting the plane in that way is conditioning it for its freedom? You have much more freedom when it is properly done. A person who is properly prepared for this flight has much more freedom than people who think that one nose is lying this and ears are lying on the other side, then eyes are going on the other side, his mind is going on the third side, his stomach is going on the other side. Here he is listening to me and he's thinking of his food. His eyes are looking at something else. His feet are moving. He's jumping. There's no proper binding. And that's why the conditioning has a word in Sanskrit language as sanskar. Sanskar. Now, sun means good, beautiful, or you can say which are good to your spirit. Even to add to that, they can say susamskar, means good conditionings, where you have to be chiseled out. And in that chiseling, if you understand, it is for not only your good, but for your flight. Then you do not give everything to the winds. And this is the biggest mistake we have committed when we started on the flight of our freedom. How can you have your freedom when you are bound by everything? You must go to the pub in the evening. You must go for your dancing. You must see a friend who smokes and must smoke with him. You have to attend a party where you have to drink. You must sleep at a particular time because you cannot sleep, so you must take pills. You have to have girlfriends or boyfriends. Spend money on their, I don't know what you call, dates and things like that. I mean, how frivolous the whole thing sounds to me. Same thing in India. I mean, they have other frivolities. But when you understand through your self-realization, your self-esteem, then you try to think, what have I done of my life? You are like diamonds thrown into dust. You must find out your relative relationship with all these useless things where the money is wasted, you are frittered away, your time is wasted, everything wasted. Just find out. Once you discover that, then you start detaching yourself from that. But first and foremost thing, I'm sorry to say, it is may call conditioning or anything, are these important things, are 10 things I told you the other day. Now all the gurus, okay, say from, we can start from Socrates, then Abraham, Moses. This is the Guru Tattva, is the principle of master, primordial masters. The principle is born again and again. In India, we can say the Adinath. We had one Adinath, the Guru, long time back. Then we had Dattatreya. We had Janaka, Nanaka, Sainath. We had in the Middle East Muhammad Sahib, Lao Tse in China, Confucius. All these great principles of gurus who were born, they had one job to do, is to establish your dharma. Their job was not to give you realization. You must understand, everyone has one's own job. See, mine is a horrible job because I have to do everybody's jobs. But their job was just to establish your dharma. They came at that time in those places where it was needed the most. So these 10 principles, as I told you, they established. They are created in the void. As you see here, the void part, this part is made out of the water element. So whatever miracles they did had something to do with water. Like they could create water anywhere they wanted to. They would not cure people. All of them have created water in the desert or in the places where, like in Nanaka has created a Panja Sahab, they call it. Everywhere they have been able to create water. Whatever they touched, they could create water out of it. Water is the life force which sustains us. Without water we cannot live. So it's the sustenance. But they actually are symbolized in an ocean. In the ocean, because they give us the salt of life, which gives us the sustenance. If you see the salt, if we do not have salt in our body, we'll have no sustenance. Christ has said, you are the salt. Who are these you? Are the people whom I was facing yesterday and today. You are the gurus of today. But see with how many powers you have come. Just think of it. This guru did not have to give realization. You can raise the Kundalini, you can give realization, you can cure people. Today Jamil asked me that, mother, did they have the powers to cure? I said, powers they might have, but they never used that power because they were not supposed to do. They were just to sustain and imbibe these great principles. They did cures, especially the last guru was Sainath. She did cure people. But Jamil himself has cured a lady who was dying, absolutely. Doctors had given up hopes and he cured. Now she's out and she's gone to India. Just think of it, that you have all the powers of these gurus, though in dharma you are still failing. You are not absolute. You have to get it corrected. Your dharmas are to be corrected. Now what is dharma within us? Is our attention. As our attention is, you can make out the dharma of a person. Religion doesn't convey that word. Dharma means the one which sustains. Dharayati sadharma, the one which sustains. Your dharma is the way your attention is. To have a complete balanced attention is just like the aeroplane, completely balanced and fully developed. If you have an imbalance in your dharma, the first and foremost thing is fanaticism. If you are a fanatic, then you are the greatest adharmi ever born. Dharma is balancing, first and foremost, is to know that all the dharma belong to one lotus, Nabi. Nabi has got 10 petals. And these 10 petals are the 10 sustenance within us. If you see the Nabi has got 10 petals. Nabi center, the solar plexus, which manifests solar plexus. And if these 10 sustenance are correct, your attention will be so balanced. Unless and until a flower is balanced, it is not going to blossom out into a fruit. First is the balance. All fanaticism of any kind, of condemning any religion or any incarnation, is against dharma. That gives you an imbalance. That means you have not understood the essence of dharma. Because you are blind. To say that there's something wrong with what Christ has preached is as wrong as saying that there's something wrong what Moses has preached. Or Dattatreya has preached. Or Nanaka has preached. Actually, Muhammad Sahib thought that he has said whatever was necessary. So there is no need for him to come back. But when he saw these horrible fanatics, even today they are, he thought, but let me take again the birth. What to do now with these madcaps? The thing that I preached, they're just going against it. Because I said I will not come, so they are becoming such fanatics. He had to take his birth because you see, human beings are such foolish things that these incarnations don't know what to do. You don't know how they will behave. So he took his birth again as Nanak on this earth. And his own daughter, Adishakti, was born as a sister. What Nanaka was preaching throughout and throughout was this, that Hindu and Muslims are the same in the eyes of God, and that you all combine together and become one. If there is anything that he has taught or Kabira has taught, is this and this and this. But look at the Sikhs, the way they fight the Muslims, and look at the way the Muslims fight the Sikhs. We have created two nations out of it. Imagine what he preached is just the opposite people are doing about it. How do you explain? I don't understand. I mean, when somebody says this is light, how do you make it darkness? I can't understand. This is the speciality of human being, to create darkness out of light. Now this dharma that they preached is preached by all of them. And they have been particularly against all that goes against awareness, because if your attention is not all right, your awareness will not be all right. And so they were very anxious, all throughout all of them, that they preach that don't take anything that will reduce your awareness. That's why they were against alcoholism, they were against drugs and things like that. There were no cigarettes at the time, perhaps, when Muhammad Sahib came in. So he didn't say don't take any cigarettes, because cigarettes came later. But Nanaka said no cigarettes at all. Now you are finding out that cigarette causes cancer. It only causes cancer, it's all right. Doesn't matter. Because cancer, at the most, the body will die again, you'll be born again. Doesn't matter. It's not that. That creates a problem in the Vishuddhi. So bad that you cannot get your realization, so many of you. It takes time. And your poor mother has to work for your cigarette enjoyment for days together. I worked very hard. You know that. Then the drug people. They have enjoyed their drugs very nicely. They have been taking drugs, see, enjoying themselves, going high, or whatever they call it. Ask me how much I had to work with tears in my eyes, because I know you are saints. You are meant to be higher people, and how much I had to struggle to get you out. Can you imagine? For 4 years I was struggling with 6 hippies in London. 6 only. And first lot came to me who were real hippies. They had done a good job out of themselves. The only advantage was they had taken LSD and all that, so they were on supraconscious level. And they could see only light coming out of me. They saw all supraconscious things, lights and things and all that. So they stuck on to me. Or I stuck on to them all right, but they also stuck on to me. Today they are one of the best Sahajogis we have here. They are the topmost Sahajogis. They are the most beautiful Sahajogis, we can say. Because they were saints, I could see their spirit shining. I could not lose that sight. Worked very hard for them. They are saints. They got lost into drugs because they thought they are seeking. They did not do it out of fashion. In India, I see, when the Indian young people see you taking drugs, they think, oh, must be something great. You see, it's very fashionable nowadays in India for young people to take drugs and wear jeans. They think by that they are getting sophisticated. But they don't know why you did it. They really do not know. They don't know that you did it in seeking. They are such foolish Indians, you see, that they are doing it because they think that it's very fashionable. You know, everybody will call them up to date. They don't know why you left your homes, why you became like this. They don't know the deeper side of your life, that this is superficial. It's very common now in the universities and things. This has started in a big way. But they are no good for Sahaja. Useless people trying to copy. How can they copy your seeking? that depth. That's why these people were very much against all those things that dulls your awareness. Even now, I've seen people who have been taking drugs and all that in Sahaja Yoga. As soon as they see me, they start sleeping. They're going to sleep. Because immediately, as soon as you start taking these drugs or all these alcohols, you move towards your left side or to your right side. Mostly to your left side. Alcohol, especially left side. By moving your left side, you see you go into your collective subconscious. You cross over to your Ida Nadi and goes beyond your subconscious into collective subconscious. You become very non-aggressive, no doubt. It is also because of too much of consciousness that you are egoistical, you have started doing this. You thought that, oh, our ego is too much, you can't see your ego. So you said, Lord, let's have some drinks. By that, you go on the other side. When you start moving too much towards the left, you know what happens. You get possessed because there are satanic forces let loose. You get caught. Now, when you come to Sahaja Yoga after that, you are always dragged. You always feel the heaviness at the back. All of you. Left aage, not the right. Super ego. You feel very sleepy. You feel like crying, weeping all the time. You feel very much frightened. You cannot take any decision. Any question comes in, any problem comes in, you shudder. It's an escape. Escape from reality. Say the reality is in this room. If you run away from this room, this way or that way, you're running away from reality. I would say, after war, so many people died, perhaps, who were dissatisfied souls and in a very bad condition. Hitler was a Satan, real Satan. And all these forces were let loose later on by these gurus or whatever it is. And they captured you, perhaps, that you took to these things. These are extremely injurious to me. I went once to Trichur. They had invited me and all these people came in big cars to receive me. I was quite surprised. That's seldom. Sahaja Yogis are never very well off people. I mean, to that extent that you'll have cars after cars. I said, what business do you do, all of you? They said, you see, actually, we are all people growing tobacco. I said, very nice.
Sasha Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Where is our attention? If you have your eyes closed, let's see Shri Mataji's photograph. With the attention at the Sahasrara. Keep your hands through Shri Mataji's photograph and try to see the state of the Kundalini. Let's put all together our Kundalinis in Shri Mataji's photograph. Being collective, no thoughts. So the Kundalini can go to the top of the head to improve our attention. And bring our centers in balance. In the thoughtless awareness state. To help us to establish the state of thoughtless awareness. Then let's go to establish the doubleless awareness state. Shri Mataji, please make us doubleless awareness. Saying the mantra Shri Nirvikalpa. Om Tvameva Sachat Shri Nirvikalpa Sachat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's direct both hands to the Mother Earth and let the Mother Earth absorb our ego and superego. Receiving the living principle of the Mother Earth, that is innocence, is magnetic and have gravity. Let's absorb the qualities of the Mother Earth inside us. And let the Mother Earth absorb our ego and superego. The Mother Earth is the Muladhara chakra element, is the element of Sri Ganesha. And Sri Ganesha is the one who emits wisdom, is the one who balances our ego and superego and everything. Now let's put back our hands on our laps. Let's put the innocence in our center. Attention at the Sahasrara, but also in our Navi. To improve the balances within us. The Navi has 10 petals. And these balances are our Dharma. And the Dharma is our attention. Let's balance our attention. When these 10 balances are correct, our attention will be so balanced. Mother, please give us peace and give peace to the entire globe and make us peacemakers. We are universal beings. And we are the drops in the ocean of God's love. Shri Mataji, make us gurus. That we can make gurus other people. Keeping the attention inside, let's go to the state of silence in meditation. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for being with us and for letting us to be in this global morning meditation. For now, and with all respect and devotion for our Divine Mother and Guru, let's Kundalini Bandhan and bow to the lotus feet of Shri Mataji. And stay in silent meditation during the last music. Jai Shri Mataji all. Thank you everyone for coming. We hope to see you tomorrow.